everybody, Facebook viewers and podcast listeners. We have a very special guest today, Mrs. Erica Nunery, and she is the recipient of our One Free Year Transformation giveaway, and she earned this gift because of her compelling and amazing essay of why she wanted this. She wanted it bad, and we couldn't say no to her. And she will tell you that she's worked for every ounce of this gift of health. And her journey has been something so truly amazing to watch. And I get to witness her workouts on a weekly basis. And she'll tell you a little bit more about that. So for our listeners on our podcast, we are live on Facebook today. And after we finish the interview, we will be doing a quick Q&A for anybody who has questions. And to our Facebook friends, thank you for joining. And please chime in with your questions as we will get those questions answered after the interview. So, you ready to do this?
Let's do this.
Let's do this? Okay, so why don't you go and tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Hi everyone, as she stated, my name is Erica Nunery.
Oh, butchered her last name. Boom. Okay.
So, I am a full-time worker. I work for JP Morgan Chase. I won't tell you what I do, so I won't get those secret messages. I'm a mom of two. I have a 1-year-old daughter. Her name is Gabriella. I have an 8-year-old son named Hayden. I am married, and I am a client at For You Fitness.
That's it. So full-time mama.
Yes, ma'am.
Full-time job. You got a life.
Yep. Oh, and I have 3 dogs and a guinea pig.
Okay, there it is. 3 dogs and a guinea pig. That's a crazy world, yeah?
Yep.
Tell us your why. What is the driving force that keeps you coming back on a regular basis for your health? What's your why?
There's a couple of reasons why. When I wanted to do this, I was borderline playing with my health. I'm the only one in my family that does not have diabetes, luckily. But the lifestyle that I was living was about to take me down that path, and then I just had a couple of self-conscious issues and things going on. So that made me want to do this. And then what keeps me going is just I've given up on a lot of things in my life. I've always been that person to have a great idea and keep doing it and then just give up on it. And this is something I don't want to give up on. So finally finishing something that I started is one of the biggest motivating things for me. Like, yes, I'm going to get to that finish line. I'm going to get it done. So that's just a big drive. And then also for my kids, I want to teach them that, you know, it's just important that, you know, you set priorities for yourself, you know, and then get it done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you find that timing is, it has to be the right time for you, or do you just feel like I'm going to make a commitment and it doesn't matter what the time is, I'm just going to do it?
Well, when I started this, it was more like I'm just going to find time because life has always been pretty hectic. So it was more like, no, I need to kind of set everything aside and make time for, you know, for this. It's going to happen and we're going to make it work, and we made it work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Does your why, is it big enough to like make you cry on the inside? Is it that big of a deal for you to again keep coming and to make you a priority? Is your why big enough?
Absolutely. One of the things that I just mentioned previously is what drove me was self-conscious reasons. So before I started this journey, I was really self-conscious of myself to the point where I wouldn't take family photos because I thought I was like the ugly person that was going to mess up the family pictures. So if you see all of the pictures, it's always my husband and my kids, and I'm the one snapping it. So, you know, when you look back as a mom, you're like, oh, well, I don't have a lot of pictures of my kids. And then also as a wife, you don't want to feel like, oh, I'm not attractive enough for my husband, even though my husband's super supportive and he would never tell me that. Sure. You know, to him, I'm the most beautiful woman in the world. But you know, so that definitely makes you cry on the inside that at one point you felt that way. So, you know, this motivates you to never have to feel that way again.
Understood. Yeah. Understood. I got you, girl. All right, go and tell us a little bit about your current routine, what you do with us, what you do outside of us.
Yeah. So until about a month and a half ago, I was doing 2 times a week conventional a training. And now I do one conventional and one EFIT with you guys. EFIT's so hard, but I do. And then I do my balanced meals on my rest days. I do veggies and lean proteins. And then on my workout days, I do healthy carbs with the proteins. And that's just really it. Just eating well, coming to see you guys 2 times a week. When I do have time to fit in, I haven't been able to do it lately, but when I do have time to fit in, I do a 30 to 45 minute cardio, just to get that little extra cardio in. But
absolutely, so you don't have time to go to the gym 5 days a week.
Oh heck no.
No, right?
No,
there's no time for that, right? So do you feel like your training sessions are enough to basically get you to the next level, based on what we do with you? Do you feel like 3 times is enough for your mentality, for your state of mind, to see benefits?
Absolutely. When we go later on in the interview, I'll speak on my results, and it works. I see it, and it makes me feel good.
So when you're coming in to train, the first thought in mind walking through those doors, tell us, how do you feel before you walk in, and then while you're in there in the zone?
Well, my trainings are at 6:45 in the morning. So when I'm walking in, the first thing I'm thinking is, what the heck am I doing here at 6:45 in the morning?
Yeah.
I'm tired, I'm exhausted, but the minute I start the the workout's like, hello, wake up.
Yeah.
During the workout, I feel really bipolar. I feel like, one, I want to die, and this is just torture. And then once I crush through a workout, or my weight is up or something, then I feel like Wonder Woman, and I can conquer the world.
Absolutely.
So but yeah, bipolar is the main.
So your moods change from when you walk in to
tired to I'm gonna die. So, oh snap, I'm gonna conquer the world.
Yes, that's truly bipolar, or schizo, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but it works.
Yeah, so after you leave the gym, you feel great.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I can tackle on a day. I feel, like an overcomer. And I feel good about myself. It just makes me want to start running a mile or a marathon or something.
I guess we need to.
I won't.
Oh, you won't, right? Okay.
It makes me feel
All
like.
Right. I'll let Farida know that we need to kick it up a little bit, so you won't want to run that mile. But
Farida,
that's awesome.
don't watch this.
So you feel accomplished.
Yeah.
You feel like you got something done, and you're in a positive state of mind.
Definitely.
To make good decisions later on throughout the day.
Definitely.
On your rest days, the days that you don't train, how do you keep your head on right? Meaning, how do you continue to make healthy choices if you didn't have a workout earlier?
Yeah. In the beginning, it was really difficult because I was like, oh snap, I was always thinking and stuff. But now it's more just a routine. Since I've done it for so long, I think I'm going on 6 months now. It's just, I don't really think about it. I know, oh, it's a rest day, and let me pack my salads. I have to stay away from breads. I have to stay away from carbs. So I really don't think about it anymore. It's become a part of my life now.
Habitual.
Yeah,
you made it a habit.
Exactly. So again, in the beginning, it was more like I thought about it. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. Oh, this is hard. I really want a piece, but now it's nothing. It's a part of me.
You stop thinking about it. Once you stop thinking about it, it just becomes that much easier.
Yeah, and even my family knows. They're like, oh, it's a rest day. Oh, here, babe, here's your shake.
You gotta bring in the whole family. That support system is everything,
Definitely.
right? Awesome. Now, you just recently faced some major obstacles.
Yeah.
How did this impact you just overall?
Yeah, it was difficult. When you go through grievance periods in your life, or you go through stressful situations in your life, either 2 things happen. Either you extremely undereat, where you forget to eat, you forget to drink water, or you use comfort food to make yourself feel good. With me, I won't lie, I was the undereating part. I was the part where I think I ate 1 meal a day while I was going through my period of what I was going through. And then water was really hard, because I would find myself dehydrated because I wasn't drinking water. So I kind of had to snap back into it. Okay, I'm kind of throwing everything I worked on down the drain because of the situation I'm going through. And I felt it later on when I came back to the gym in 2 weeks, by the way. But you just kind of have to find yourself within the madness. Like, everything is going on around you, and you kind of have to figure out, like, wait, I need to take care of me first, because I can't take care of all this stuff if I don't take care of me. And you kind of need to bring it back in and just find alternatives. So what I started doing was I started downing water. Like, you know, I would get the bottle of water. It's 17 ounces. Oh, hold on, let me drink this real quick. Or, you know, I would make my shakes, my power shakes, like I need to drink this, or just grab a salad somewhere. There's salad everywhere. You can get salad and chicken anywhere, you know. So, you know, that's kind of how I bought myself back in and made it through.
You made yourself a priority through the chaos.
Yeah, definitely.
And you feel like that's important.
Yeah.
I agree. Again, I don't have kids, but I feel like it's self-love. Yeah. And because you're caring for yourself, you're going to be able to pick up the pieces and pick up everybody else around you.
Yeah, definitely.
You have the strength to do that. You're superwoman, essentially.
Yeah, sometimes.
Most of the time. I'd say 95% of the time you're supermom. Okay, supermom.
Yeah.
Kudos to you.
Thank you.
Of course. So, kind of moving into the nutrition aspect, you did talk about how you were under eating.
Yeah.
Now, outside of obstacles, before you came to see us, do you feel like your mentality was, I need to eat less to get results, I need to eat low calories, or what was your thought process behind just food in general and maybe eating lower in calories?
Yeah, absolutely. There's this stereotype, especially for people that are overweight, that because people that don't understand your overweightness tell you, well, you need to eat less so you can lose weight. So that's just a stereotype that, you know, it's kind of embedded in you through a course of time. So you think, oh, I have to stay with under the 1,400 calories, you know, so I won't gain that extra pound. And then so you think, oh, you know, the harder I work, I'm going to lose the fat, I'm going to lose, you know, I'm going to burn the calories. And if I eat less, then that means I'm going to lose twice the calories. Like, that's obviously, now I know that's not, you know, correct, but that's the mindset that some people have. That's the mindset I had. Eat less, burn more calories, so then you'll burn twice as much calories.
And does that work?
Heck no.
How many times, like, how many cycles do you have to go through that for you to get it in your head that eating less and working out more doesn't work?
I think it was like after like week 2 or week 3, I realized I was like, no, because I found myself super hungry after the workouts, and I was like, and then I found myself super fatigued as well. Like, I found, you know, the more I lifted, the more I worked out, and the less I ate, the more difficult it was to breathe, the more difficult it was to push through, the more breaks I needed to take, the more I felt like I wanted to throw up, you know, because I felt like all the acid reflux and stuff. So I think by week 3, I was like, no, I need to eat.
You knew your body was feeling like, hey, I can't recover.
Yeah,
and you're not giving me nutrients, so I'm going to fight back, and I'm going to protect you at all costs.
Definitely.
Right? and I know that, you know, after those first 3 weeks of you kind of dabbling here and there and doing what you thought was right, did you get results those first 4 weeks?
I got a little bit of results the first 4 weeks, but not as I did when I started doing everything correctly, because it was more like my body was in shock those first 3 or 4 weeks, and, you know, but after that it was
and you had
steady.
also introduced physical activity, so that was a good shock in general, but you were still under eating.
Exactly.
Gotcha. So for most people, under eating will impact your results. Under eating will make you have crazy. You'll have crazy. What am I trying to say? Cravings.
Exactly.
Yes. So if you don't give your body what it needs, it's going to talk back to you.
Exactly.
Right. So diving a little bit more into food, how do you make time to cook for not only you but your entire family?
I honestly just started implementing the pre-prepping and meal prep and planning, because before that, crazy enough, I was the mom that was doing the food fresh every single day, and it was kicking my behind. You know, like, my kids were eating super late, I was eating super late and stuff. So now what's been working is Saturdays, my husband and I, we get a paper together, we jot down what we're going to eat during the week, and then we just go grocery shopping for the week, and we buy what we need, and then we do all the meal prepping ahead of time. So my kids are eating on time. They're eating what they're supposed to.
Yeah.
And I'm eating what I'm supposed to and on time, so I can incorporate the fasting.
Yes.
And stuff. So the meal prep definitely helps a lot. And,
so you're getting ahead of your week.
Exactly.
Versus being behind all the time.
Exactly.
It's nice to have fresh food, of course, but is it worth it in the long run?
Oh, no, because, like I said, my kids were eating late and I was eating late. So it was kind of like, in a sense, I was holding myself back, too, because I was eating at 7, 8 o'clock at night because I had to make sure they ate and I had to make sure and stuff. So it was kind of being counterproductive. So that little bit of freshness wasn't making up for.
And I'm sure you had to go to the grocery store every day or so to make sure it was fresh.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas now it's once or twice a week?
Yeah, just Saturdays I'd get everything done and Sunday I do my prepping and we're good to go in the week.
Awesome. You don't have to think about it.
Nope.
You don't have to think about it. Now, because you have a husband and 2 kids in the house, how difficult is it to make those healthy choices? Tell me. Tell the listeners.
So in the beginning, it was really, really hard because I'm 29. I think I'm okay to say my age.
Absolutely.
I'm 29, and for 29 years, I built bad habits. So it's really, so it's kind of like a person that, I see food indulgence as an addiction. It's kind of a person with an addiction that's going through rehab, and then they see other people, it's easy to lapse. So my kids, for the most part, eat healthy, but they still eat their Oreos and things that they shouldn't eat. But I'm sorry.
No.
Bad mom.
No.
Bad mom.
So bad.
But yeah, so in the beginning when I'd see that, I would be like, oh my God, I want a Snickers so bad. But, now, like I told you, it's a part of my life, so I don't think about it. But my husband, he's super thin. He has a high metabolism, so he has the concept, and I hope he's listening, that he needs to eat all this junk food so he can gain weight. So then he can lift weights and be super strong. So sometimes he'll eat stuff in front of me. Like last night, he was eating some stuff he shouldn't have in front of me.
Go ahead, tell him what he was eating.
Fries and cheese and bacon bits.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I've learned to work through it. I've learned just to walk away and not deal with it and stuff like that. Yeah, and like I told you, I mean, it's hard at first, but when you make this a lifestyle change, not a habit, just and you incorporate a part of your life, you could see somebody doing something and you're just like, I'm going to eat my hummus and carrots.
Don't mind me. Let me pull out the carrots.
Yeah.
While you engulf those fries.
Exactly. When we do our cholesterol test later on.
Exactly. That's where it's at. Those tests.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. You guys have it good for now, but you wait. You wait.
Yeah, no, but I mean, they do their thing, I do my thing. And
the temptations are always there.
Yeah.
And so it's just you committing to saying, no, I'll have something else.
Exactly. And you can find healthy alternatives. There's a lot of them.
A lot. Do you guys eat out?
We do. My kids love California Pizza Kitchen, but again, healthy alternatives.
Yes.
So like, I'll give you an example. I just said California Pizza Kitchen. When my kids want to go there, they have a salad called the Summerfield salad. I don't know if you've heard of it. That's my go-to meal. In the summertime, it has its greens, watermelon, strawberry. Yeah. You can do chicken or shrimp. So if it's your workout day, you can do chicken. If it's a rest day, you can do shrimp for the fatty protein. So it's more of when you go out looking at the menu, seeing what's on the, and like you said, you can never go wrong with chicken and salad.
Absolutely.
So just seeing what's on there and then seeing, okay, how does this fit in with my day, and then just going from there.
Absolutely.
And then if all fails, just get some water and then eat something later.
Absolutely.
But you never want to starve yourself, so again, salads are
of course
good alternative.
So making those healthy swaps while you're out is key. You don't have to ruin your entire day just for that one meal. On our previous podcast, I talked all about dining out and making those choices and how easy it can be. You just need to implement it. As much as you want to have that pizza with your kids, you know that at the end of the day it's not going to benefit you in any way. And
restaurants are really good at swapping sides. So like, for instance, my husband loves Longhorn Steakhouse. So if it's a day for steak, I'll just trim the fat off the steak, and then I'll tell them, can you make sure you do all veggies, or can we kind of switch this out for that? So most restaurants are really good at swapping things out.
You just need to ask them, right?
You know,
that's all.
And stuff, and then, or can you make sure when you're cooking this, you do it this way? I mean, because remember, they have to cater to different allergens and different diet types, so they're more than willing, but you have to ask.
You just have to ask.
Yeah.
I mean, if they tell you no, it's because they just can't do it, but there's no harm in asking them.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Now, cultural foods. Yes, girl, I know you got some recipes that you grew up with, and it's hard to let up. So, so talk to us about that.
So I'm a mixture of Puerto Rican, Cuban, and Dominican. So I grew up with like all of the Hispanic Caribbean food. So it's really been hard for me. At first I thought I had to completely let go of it, because as we know, a lot of Hispanic foods have sodium. They're high in sodium, they're high in being fried and stuff. But you know, as I started doing this journey more with you, and again swapping things out, I've learned some alternatives. We were just talking about it. There's a Puerto Rican dish called pastelón. It's sweet plantain lasagna. So, you know, during my workout days, when I can have bananas, what I've learned to do is just alternate. So instead of frying my sweet plantains, I'll let my plantains sit for a while, because the more you let your plantains sit, the sweeter they get. And then I put them in the oven to bake them. And then, you know, I'll just make sure I use either ground turkey or the 90 the leanest ground beef there is to do my lasagna with it. So technically, and then on my cheese, I'll make sure I use like, you know, my fat-free cheese, and not a lot, you know, just a little bit. So I'm still getting the same indulgence in what I had before, but I'm just implementing steps that will eliminate all of that extra grease, or eliminate all of that extra stuff. Or instead of using 2 packs of this sodium sazon, I'll use like kosher salt or something, you know. Just, you know, you don't have to give up things. You just have to find out how to work around it, you know. On Taco Tuesdays, you know, use you know your meatless taco if it's not a workout day or something. Or what I do is I'll do a bowl, like if it is a workout day, I'll do a bowl, but I'll use like quinoa or brown rice instead of like a flour, you know, taco or something.
Tortillas, you swap for something else. Lettuce wraps, things that are just lower in carbs, but it still packs the flavor. And then visually, it's still pretty.
Exactly. And it tastes just as good. You're just using an alternative. Just, you know, again, all goes down to breaking down what's in it. What's in this? What can I do to remove this and just add something else into it?
Now, we talked a little bit about your Friday night routine with your kids. Talk to me about that routine.
So Friday nights, I mainly get pizza for my kids, or we'll get something, you know, we'll get something out. So what I'll do is, if it's like a pizza night for them, or if it's a takeout night, again, I'll just get something else that's me, or I'll cook something. Like I never run out of fish in my house. Like there's always fish or shrimp in my house. I'll just make a quick fish for myself on the skillet, or, you know, boil some shrimp and throw them on a salad, or put some greens in, zucchini or something, and eat it with it. Or I'll just get something that's within my guidelines, like a bowl or something.
Right. So you always keep protein pretty much readily available in the house.
There's always a vegetable, or there's always a protein, or if all fails, chicken in my house. So I just, again, I mainly do seafood because it's easier to thaw and cook, because chicken you kind of have to lay it out. But if all fails, put a flounder on the skillet,
and it's fast.
and make some quick veggies, and I have myself dinner. They can have their stuffed crust pizza. I'll have my fish.
You can smell it, but let them have it.
But again,
it doesn't tempt you anymore.
I've become immune to it. I've just become,
because you practiced refraining from it. It's an amazing thing. Whereas,
definitely.
You know, 6 months ago you weren't immune to it.
Oh no, 6 months ago I would be like, can I get a bite? Just a little taste. And then my son, no, Mom, you're on a diet.
And then the guilt coming from it.
Definitely.
Now there's no guilt. You don't have to live with any of that.
Exactly.
It's so amazing. So amazing. Just 6 months time. Whereas some people, it can take longer than that or shorter than that, but you have to practice it.
Definitely.
Practice is everything. Awesome. Now, with you ordering, pizza on Friday nights, when do you feel it's appropriate for you to cheat?
I can't.
You can't?
No, I can't.
Why can't you?
Because it'll stop my growth. And one, it's like it goes back to an addict. Food was my addiction. If I even begin, I'm gonna relapse and stuff. And then now everything I worked hard for, now I have to either start from the center or start right back over again. And then one bad day for me can be very detrimental
yeah.
to my my numbers, my growth, and or where I want to be. So to me, there's for Erica, there's no cheat day. Yeah, that I can't.
It's just not gonna happen.
No,
it's not gonna work for your progress.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna put me behind.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So because you make that decision, let's talk about your results. Let's talk about your results. I have to open up my girl, go ahead. So every 4 months, your trainer Farida takes your measurements, and this is what we do at For You Fitness, just to keep you guys accountable, so you know what's going on, so you know where you're getting results. What have you experienced thus far?
As far as my numbers?
Everything as far as inches down, gained muscle. Yeah. What have you seen?
So I began my official first training day with you guys on February 14th, and since then I've lost 13.25 pounds on the scale. I've lost a total of 13.75 inches on my back, my waist, and my hips.
Beautiful.
And I've gained 6.5 inches on my biceps and quads. I had no muscle on my biceps and quads.
Oh, yeah.
And I've lost 2.9% body fat.
Oh, man. Oh, bravo.
Yeah, so
bravo.
I'm kind of proud of myself.
And that's just 6 months' time.
Yeah.
And that's with a life, with family, with kids, with struggles. I mean, the struggle is real. You keep pushing. But tell me how you feel about that number on the scale.
I feel good. I feel accomplished because it's hard work. It's not a quick fix. My whole life I try to do quick fix stuff. With other things. And okay, on the scale, I probably lost all these numbers rapidly, but they multiplied. And I didn't have muscle. I wasn't strong. And stuff. My clothes didn't stay off like they do now and stuff. So, I feel accomplished. I kind of feel like I can want to keep going and I can overcome and conquer
Absolutely.
things.
But so the scale doesn't necessarily define you.
No.
Because I know sometimes, when we do put on muscle, that scale's not going to budge much. Yeah. So how do you kind of tell yourself, being a female, just because I only lost, 3 pounds, but you probably lost 6 inches somewhere, how do you tell yourself, okay, don't rely on the scale?
It was hard at first because, again, it's just a mindset that you have to build for yourself, because in the beginning, it was all about what's on the scale. But, after a while, when I started, like you said, I started seeing the results everywhere else. I'm like, I don't really care about the scale, because technically on the scale, my numbers don't seem like they budge. But again, my clothes show something else.
Absolutely. You've got your strength. You've got
everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You've downsized your pants, literally.
Exactly. Even my comparison photos, I can see a huge difference and stuff. And so
absolutely.
And my husband even says it, because he's like, babe, when I hug you, I have like all this room to hug you now, and before it was like
absolutely. It's so amazing. So amazing. Now, when you were losing inches, did you find that the inches you were only losing them in a certain area, like just your gut, or like around your legs? Like, was there any rhythm or rhyme behind?
In the very beginning, the first month, I lost it all around my waist. But then it just started evening out. And then some days, sometimes, like some measurement months, the numbers might go up somewhere else, but they might drastically go down somewhere else. Gotcha. And they kind of just even out. So
it's going to come up where it wants to.
Yeah, it's all just been, a gradual everywhere, just all around. And I kind of like it that way.
You're like a melting ice cube, right?
Yeah.
You can't really focus on one area because it's going to come off in another area.
Exactly. And it kind of works out that way, because you don't feel disproportionate. At least I don't. It's like, it's not huge numbers in one area, but it's just consistent,
Absolutely.
you know,
yeah.
and
you're looking at the bigger picture.
Exactly.
You don't want to just lose from one spot because then you'll be disproportionate.
Exactly.
Either way, it's coming off, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. So with you getting results, a big key word here is consistency.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about this word, and how have you applied it, and has it been a struggle for consistency?
Now it's just like I've been preaching the whole interview. It's been a part of my life. In the beginning, it was a struggle because, again, when you're just when you're busy and having to incorporate something new into your schedule, it's rough, you know, and stuff, because then now you have to stop and think of how you're doing it. Mm-hmm. But then it comes natural, and it's really, really important because, you know, I don't think if I would have been able to do it this way, I would have gotten so many results, because if I would have did it my way, I probably would still be like in the starting line and stuff like that. So what you're doing is sustainable. Exactly. It's lifelong. Yeah, it's something I preach to my friends on Facebook all the time. It's a lifestyle change for me. This isn't a diet. This isn't just something I'm doing for a year while my membership is over, mm-hmm. or my subscription. This is something where I've completely decided to change my life. I've completely decided my routine, everything, mm-hmm. and that's a part of me, I guess. Amen. It's a part of you. Yeah. You said it. Yeah. That's pretty much, you know, the last of my questions for you. Yeah. But take-home message for somebody, you know, coming from where you were, or just, you know, a busy mom or a busy person just in general. What do you want to leave them with, or what piece of advice would you give them if they're they're on the fence about, you know, joining mm-hmm. a program or just getting into just a healthy lifestyle in general? You have to find out what moves you to do it, you know, and then kind of hold on to that, and you also have to just do it for you as well. And then, but the big one is accountability building. And it's funny that Daniel did a live, and you did one about it. I think that a big thing that has gotten me through this is accountability to myself and accountability to those around me. So something that I do on a monthly basis is I do like a progress report on my social media, where I do my comparison photos to people and on my friends list, and I tell them what I'm doing. But I don't just do it to encourage people, but I do it because it builds that accountability. Because, you know, if 3 months from now someone sees me with a cheeseburger not working out, they're going to be like, hey, what happened? They're going to call you out. You know, to mm-hmm. that workout routine you were doing and stuff like that. And you don't want to have to explain, whoa, what had happened was... You put it out there. Exactly. So I kind of put myself out there to build that accountability of I need to keep this consistent. And that's kind of what helped. And then... don't be discouraged when you first see your first numbers. You know, it took you X, Y, and Z amount of years to get to the way you were. If anybody could be discouraged, it was me in the beginning. Yeah. But I kept pushing through. I mean, don't let the first couple of weeks or months. It's all about the finish line. It's not a race. It's take your time. This is something that's going to stick with you for your life. And yeah, that's all I could think of. No, that's amazing. I didn't really jot this part down. No, that was coming from the heart. No, you're good. To our listeners and to our viewers, this is Miss Erica Nunery. I got it right. Yeah. I'm sorry, husband. I'm very sorry. You've been so awesome, and we're so lucky to have you. Mm-hmm. And we still got work to do. Yep. We still have a lot of work to do. Yep. But the fact that we've affected your life, and the fact that this is now a part of you. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's so humbling for us to be able to do that. And we're so lucky to have you. Yeah, I can actually run now. You can run? Yeah, I can run. Shut up. I just ain't running a 5K, right? But it doesn't hurt? It doesn't? No. In the beginning, I was out of breath. And that was one of my goals. I wanted to run in the park with my son. And we go to Al Lopez Park, and I need a break here and there, but we can run. Okay, I'm gonna cry now. We're stopping now. Game over. She can run. Goals. You had a goal. Yeah. And you're smashing it. Yeah. Good. I love you. No, and that was not staged. That was not staged. All right. Awesome. All right. I'm gonna ask my husband if there were any questions out there. Boo Boo.
This is for you guys.
Aww, so
thank you,
sweet.
Thank you for coming.
You would.
Thank you.
Now I'm gonna, unfortunately, kill these. I'll try to take good care of them.
Yeah.
I feel like I need a crown now. We need tiaras.
With ice.
Ice?
Yeah, if you... Okay, I learned this from a florist. When someone dies, what do? They put them in the freezer to stop them from decomposing.
Yeah.
So you put water and ice, and you put the flowers in it, and it helps it stay.
But then they're in the freezer?
No.
Just
Ice in the vase.
Katie said you need a crown.
Oh.
Kaylin.
Kaylin? Oh, I need it. Yeah. Kaylin, yes. Do we have any questions?
No, just comments.
Just comment?
Parita is watching, she said.
Aww.
Thank you, Parita. I love you so much.
We both love you, P. We both love you.
I couldn't do this without you.
No. Awesome. Questions are good. We're good.
Okay.
We're done. I think that's a wrap. Thank you guys for listening in.
Thank you for hearing my story.
Yes, absolutely. Share this podcast for anybody and everybody that you know who is on a journey just to find a healthier them and commit to something. Mm-hmm. Commit yourself to one small goal. Take what Erica has told you, not with a grain of salt, but actually implement something that she said. That is our takeaway. Implement something, whether it's drinking your water despite everything, prepping ahead. Do one thing for yourself and take action. Take action. Otherwise, listening to this podcast means nothing until you do something about it. Right?
Yep.
Good. Cool. All right. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.
Bye.